by weather forecasters and people on the Weather Channel and other outlets. You know what I'm really tired of? I'm really tired of 30-year-olds telling me they've never seen any weather like this before.
Yeah.
Well, you're 30. Why don't you put your nose in a book?
John, this came up right away, instantly on the Krabby Show today.
Really?
It was the first thing out of the gate. I said something along the line. Well, exactly what you just said. If you're under 30, shut up.
Minnesota is forecasted, for our listeners in warm weather cities, Minnesota is forecasted today to have what's being called unprecedented weather. That's at least an unprecedented weather forecast, and we're told nationally, regionally, and locally that the newest twist on the Kentucky tornadoes from last weekend is that these can't happen in December. This is an example of climate change. No, it isn't. You know how long it took me to find this? The 1953 Vicksburg, Mississippi tornado was a deadly F5 that struck Vicksburg, Mississippi on Saturday, December 5th, 1953. A total of 38 people were killed, 270 injured, and damages were estimated at $25 million in 1953 dollars. It remains the fifth deadliest tornado to affect the state of Mississippi, behind the 1840 Great Natchez tornado, the 1936 tornado in Tupelo, the 1971 tornado in Cary, and the 1966 tornado in Jackson. It is one of just 4 F5 tornadoes recorded in Mississippi since 1950. Now, do you want to know why they got a December F5? On December 5th, 1953, as a warm front retreated northward across Mississippi, temperatures in the warm sector rose steadily. By sunrise, temperatures were already in the low 50s, despite overcast conditions. Just before noon, southeasterly winds were measured at 17 miles an hour in Vicksburg. Some hours later, the local dew point rose to nearly 70 degrees, along with a temperature of 72 degrees. Meanwhile, favorable wind shear arrived to promote the growth of severe thunderstorms, along with the conditions necessary for tornadogenesis. At 1:30 p.m., the Severe Local Storms Unit of the U.S. Weather Bureau in Washington, D.C. released a severe weather bulletin indicating the likelihood of tornadoes producing storms over portions of East Texas, southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and western Mississippi. Okay, it's happened before. Why do so many people in this country, why are so many people in the United States so willing to embrace being frightened? That's the next big thing I got to look at.
I don't get that.
I'm not personally frightened of today's weather. I love nature. I love nature's events. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But to me, this is just merely an interesting twist thrown at us by nature. If, in fact, we get some significant storm out of this, that remains to be seen.
Could it also extend to other forms?
What do you mean?
Well, public health.
Well, yeah, we're
Of course, yeah. No, you're baiting us, Chris, because you know the answer to that. We've been talking about it for years.
Right.
Nobody wants to take any risks anymore.
Right.
I have to give credit to Scott from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Joe, I came up with a new phrase for you to use. Believe in historical data, not hysterical data. Thank you. I like that.
There you go.
Well, I just gave you some historical data. Yes, tornadoes in December are rare, but they have happened throughout history. I don't know why we're hectored. Why are so many people willing to take today's local weather forecast and say, see, that's climate change? No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's nature. But we're going to stop warm air from rising.
Yeah.
We can stop that.
We'll get a big lid.
Just give me some more money and we'll stop warm air from rising.
Do you want me to give you my down-home story about deer hunting and rising weather and rising air?
I'm sure hunters have many stories.
I received this from meteorologist Jonathan Uhas from KSTP-TV at 3:57 a.m. The first thing and you received this also, John, and probably you too, Chris. Mm-hmm. Right away, first thing he says, headline, historic storm coming through area tonight. And when I saw that, I got excited. Not scared,
Right.
not fearful.
Me too.
Excited. Yeah.
You know,
Again,
we
I don't
had
want
eight
I don't want
storm-
anybody injured.
No.
I don't want anybody injured. You can't, but I love the vagaries of nature. I just
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
I love that snowstorm Friday night. It beat the half-ass piddling snow. If it's going to snow, snow.
Bring it
Let's
on.
have it.
Let's go here.
Do it.
And don't use an electric snowblower.
Right.